First Liberty National Bank.
Hello, this is Keri
And this is JD.
with Our 2 Cents. And today we're going to talk about this week's quick money tips. This week's quick money tip is being financially prepared for bad weather. You know, JD, both of us are Southeast Texas born and raised and have experienced multiple bad weather events.
One thing that I really want to focus on and talk about today is hurricanes and flooding in particular.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of hurricane season, June 1st to November 30th. So I think this is a great topic to share on. In the video, the first thing mentioned is a durable box. You had mentioned something to me a while back about talking about a go bag that you actually have set up for hurricane preparedness. I think that's a pretty good option instead of a fireproof, weatherproof bag. So tell us about that a little bit.
Absolutely. So a go bag is a really, really good thing to have around the house in case of a natural disaster. A go bag consists of some extra food, some supplies. The supplies would be clothing, extra undergarments, batteries, flashlights, small knife, maybe some flares, small toolkit, duct tape, rope, maybe some zip ties. Generally, things that you would need to have in the case of an emergency if you ever had anything. They can absolutely save your life. And you might not think that a first aid kit is something you're necessarily going to use, but you might need it.
For sure. And being a Texas native, duct tape and zip ties can pretty much fix about anything. What do you what do you do with your important documents and cash?
So with my cash and my important documents, I actually create copies of my important documents and I use a double Ziploc bag technique to where I put all of my documents inside my bag, but I put them inside of another Ziploc bag, and that keeps them really dry. Another good option is you can laminate them, but I really recommend the Ziploc method.
Awesome. That does sound like a really good idea. And safe deposit boxes at a bank are a really good option for any important item that you don't plan on needing right away after a natural disaster. And sure enough, at First Liberty National, we've got two locations, our Liberty and Dayton location with safe deposit boxes.
And I know for a fact that those locations did not flood in either of the last two hurricanes. Can you tell me a little more about how the bank was open and operating during that time?
The banks did not flood. We were very lucky on that front. We kept open communication with our customers via social media, our website, as well as our large LED signage outside. We did have to close a couple of our lobbies to ensure the safety of our employees and customers, but we did run through the drive-through to ensure that customers did have access to their funds if they needed them. And we did our best to accommodate every single customer under every scenario that could have been tossed our way.
Well, that sounds like y'all really did a good job at being prepared in that situation. Right now, I want to talk about liking and following this page to get access to all of our quick money tips on Mondays and our podcast on Fridays. So go ahead and give us a like, give us a follow, and we will continue to give you guys some more quick money tips.
For sure. And don't forget to share the video as well.
Absolutely. So, what do you think is another good thing to talk about concerning that video? I'm kind of feeling maybe some mobile banking or direct deposits.
Yeah, during a storm, the mail, what are they, rain, sleet, or snow? They might not be able to get you your mail as quickly as you would like. And so if you receive a paper check, you might talk to your employer about possibly setting up a direct deposit if that's an option. But we also have FLNB Mobile. And with FLNB Mobile, you can take a picture of your physical check item and deposit it into your check and don't have to worry about getting to the bank to deposit your money.
That sounds like a good idea. But also, if you're a commercial client of ours and you don't have direct deposit, please give us a call. 936 336 6471. We would love to help you guys set up with that.
And JD, did you know that if you have access to one of our ATMs, that you can make a check deposit at an ATM as well?
I did know that.
Yep, you just stick your debit card in and deposit your check.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're going to wrap this up, but we want to give you guys some additional tips. Two things that we really want to talk about in our additional tips are a cleanup kit and really being prepared. So, Keri, why don't you talk about what a cleanup kit is?
Yeah, so we're prepared for the storm. We've got our go bag, we've got our change of clothes, but what happens after? So, having a cleanup kit is something you can stick in your attic, high away from any floodwaters. That includes contractor trash bags, heavy duty gloves, disinfectants, sponges, a crowbar to get sheetrock off the wall. A friend of ours lost their house in Harvey, and someone else had brought us one of these cleanup boxes or cleanup kits, and we were able to get out there right as soon as the floodwaters kind of went away and start working. We weren't having to hunt down those items. At that time, contractor bags were really hard to come by because so many people in our community were needing them. We had them. They were, at our disposal. We were able to get everything cleaned up and get that house gutted pretty quickly, honestly.
Well, that sounds like you guys are really lucky on that fact that you had such good friends that were able to help you out too. So, my last and final tip that I want to give you guys before we go is the mentality of being prepared. And for these natural disasters, these floodings, hurricanes, being prepared is a mentality. And living in Southeast Texas, it's something that you should be aware of, that it will happen in this area at some point in your life. I remember when we had Ike, I was out of power for almost a month at my house. And living in this century, that is something that you almost can't even imagine.
Yeah, no, it was not fun at all. Luckily, my dad had a fifth wheel camper and we had it set up with a generator, so we were able to survive a little bit. Both my mom and I were in the insurance industry, so we were still working even though there was no power or anything like that. So it was lucky, we were happy, and it was hot during Ike too. I remember like 90 degrees hot, and we were lucky to be able to go home and have that generator on that fifth wheel to hook up to and clean up a little bit.
Oh, I bet you guys are busy. I wish that I could have opened my refrigerator and just gotten some breeze because I know that I was boiling. Well, I think that's going to do it for our Friday show.
Absolutely. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Tune in next Monday for another quick money tip video.
Don't forget to leave any questions or comments for us to discuss on Friday's edition of
Our 2 cents.
First Liberty National Bank.